What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, this Saturday we got Frank the Ghost Martin against Gervonta Tank Davis. This is a fight that I never thought would really even happen. Why? Because Frank and Tank are at two different points in their careers. Frank is still trying to gain his ground and still trying to rise his stock tremendously. Even though Frank has some very signature wins, has some great moments in his career, he's still building on his name. Tank has made his name already. Now he has to make his legacy. And so because of that, I thought that these two would never fight, right? But luckily for boxing, it's happening. Why do I say luckily for boxing? I think Frank is a lot better than anybody anticipates. I really think he is. Frank is confident. Being in nature, first of all, he's going to be in shape. Derrick James always got all his fighters in tip-top shape, training in that hot Texas heat. And I think that Frank got a lot of dog in him. He has, again, great punch placement. He got some pop. He don't got pop like Tank, but he got pop. He knows how to fight on the outside, knows how to fight on the inside. And I think that he's just a lot more gritty than people can imagine. Very gritty, very tough fighter. However, Gervonta Tank Davis should win this fight. I believe he should win this fight. Again, I always say this. When a dude has been boxing since he was a kid, like Tank Davis has been boxing, and he has elite level skills, those dudes hardly ever lose to guys that started boxing when they was 19, 20 years old. Frank started boxing at what, 19, 18, 19. Tank been fighting since he was a little bitty boy, like 6, 7. That is a difference, man. That's the difference. And the difference is also the dynamite that Tank possesses. Tank is not a high output guy. He don't throw a lot of punches like an Errol Spence. He's very patient. He capitalizes off of your mistakes as a fighter. If he sees you leave yourself open, he knows how to throw the right punch at the right time to end the night. He knows how to make every punch he throws count and make them stick. And so Calvin Ford does an excellent job with Tank without question. Tank, again, knows how to throw every single punch there is. He's patient. Very smart. People think Tank is a brawler because he got a lot of knockouts and he has a vicious punch. He's not just a brute. He has a sharp boxing mind, great ring IQ, great intelligence. He knows. He's not going to let you just sit and walk him down. He's not. And also, man, he knows how to cut the ring off. What some fighters struggle to do, you know? And so that will be the difference. Tank experience, he's been at this level for a long time. He's seen a lot of different fighting styles. Frank hasn't fought a fighting style like Tank's yet. He hasn't. But I believe that Frank would do a lot better than people expect. Frank has nothing to lose in this fight, to be honest with y'all. If he wins, great. You become an overnight sensation. You become Buster Douglas overnight if he wins. If he loses this fight and he gets knocked out or gets stopped, hey, you lost to a generational fighter. Now, the only way he can it can hurt him if he gets knocked out too early. And some would say if it's too devastating of a knockout, but it all depends on how Frank was doing in the fight up to the knockout, even if he gets stopped, right? If you get stopped, then you just got stopped by a generational guy that stops every single fighter, right? But if he loses this fight and he goes the distance and he makes Tank earn a win like Tank had to do against Isaac Pitbull Cruz, then Frank Martin will be a household name like Isaac Pitbull Cruz became. And his stock rises tremendously to where Frank will get top tier fights. He will get big money fights. He will become a very worthy competitor. And shit, he could very, very well earn some good wins. You can see if he does well enough, he can get an Isaac Pitbull Cruz fight after this. Now, Isaac Pitbull Cruz is at 140. He's at 140. But Frank, shit, he can move up there and get busy. You go up there and he can get a fight against Isaac Pitbull Cruz and possibly become a champion. Then you get some more money. You get paper, right? So I think Frank really don't have that much to lose. He don't have nothing to lose like that. Go out, go what they call, like put it all on the line. Lay it all out on the line. Put forth a valiant effort, your best effort. Try to go for the win. Don't just go in there just for the win. No, and that's what Frank gonna do. Frank trying to go for the win. He not coming in there to lay down. He not coming in there just to be another notch on Tank's belt. He not coming in there just to say, hey, I got in the ring with Tank. It is what it is. He not gonna do what my boy Jamiro Charlo did against Canelo. Hey, long as I don't get knocked out, it's cool. No, Frank trying to come to win. He is. He got the type of confidence in him. He got the type of determination in him. Regardless of him flinching, when they were face to face, it's your natural instinct to flinch, y'all, when somebody about to throw a punch at you. Everybody ain't just, super rock hard iron. Everybody ain't gonna do the Kobe Bryant, don't flinch when Matt Barnes throw the basketball in your face. Everybody ain't gonna do that, right? And even when he flinched, he was prepared to hit Tank back. So he didn't curl up. He didn't act like he didn't punk him. Like, Frank was just scared to even do anything. No, Frank was prepared to throw back if Tank did throw a punch at him for real. Frank is not a shit talker, so he wasn't doing much of that, but I'm gonna say this. Well, Frank is not a shit talker, so he wasn't doing much of that. But I'm gonna say this. Tank respects Frank though. And I can tell how he talking crazy. Tank wasn't talking crazy like this against Hector Garcia, against Rolly. Rolly was talking shit to him. He wasn't talking like this to Mario Barrios, to Leo Santa Cruz. He wasn't talking crazy like this. He wasn't, right? He doing this because I think he knows he got to get into Frank's psyche to fuck with him. Because Frank ain't been at this level yet. But he respects Frank's fighting ability. He wouldn't be talking crazy like he doing all these antics. He wouldn't be doing all that shit if he didn't. Because I promise you, he didn't do this against Mario Barrios. He didn't do this against, what's the dude name? He didn't really do this against Hector Garcia. He didn't do this against Leo Santa Cruz, right? Even when Rolly was the aggressor, the shit-talking crazy person in their fight. Tank was really just responding to the aggression. He respects Frank. That's why he talking about Frank's physique and all that. He know Frank is a strong guy with a strong will. But I do believe that Tank will get the job done. What do y'all think? Leave the comments in the comment section.